So now we're going to look at the next page. Before we answer the questions, we're going to read through the story. It says, Bruno turned quickly and saw a small squirrel eating a nut. He stopped eating and smiled at Bruno. You look like you need help, said the squirrel. Bruno sighed. I have been trying to fit into this cave, but it's hopeless. I've been digging and digging, but I haven't improved the opening at all. I'm Jack, and I can help, said the squirrel. But you are too small, said Bruno. Jack told Bruno to sit down and rest. Bruno sat and yawned as Jack scampered away. A few minutes later, he came back. Now, before we answer the questions on the side, we're going to label our paragraphs. We have our first indent over here. This is paragraph number 1. Now, these are quotes that the squirrel had. We're going to skip that and go to paragraph 2. These are quotes from Squirrel and Bruno. And we have paragraph 3. Now, let's look on the side. It says, reread the first and second paragraphs. Circle the words that show the squirrel is friendly. Underline the words that show the squirrel is helpful. So we're going to look at the first and second paragraphs. We're going to read them again. Then we're going to circle the words that show the squirrel is friendly and underline the words that show the squirrel is helpful. So if you look, it says, Bruno turned quickly and saw a small squirrel eating a nut. He stopped eating and smiled at Bruno. You look like you need help, said the squirrel. Bruno sighed. I've been trying to fit into this cave, but it's hopeless. I've been digging and digging, but I haven't improved the opening at all. I'm Jack, and I can help, said the squirrel. But you're too small, said Bruno. So, what are the words that show the squirrel is friendly? Underline what shows the squirrel is friendly. Circle the words that show the squirrel is friendly. You should have circled. He smiled at Bruno. Now, what shows us that the squirrel is helpful? Underline it. It says, I'm Jack and I can help, said the squirrel. He is ready to help. So look at number 2. It says specific vocabulary. The word hopeless means no hope. Underline the sentence that tells why Bruno feels hopeless. So, why does Bruno feel hopeless? Underline it. You should have underlined, I've been digging and digging, but I haven't improved the opening at all. So no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't improve the opening. Let's look at our last question on this side. It says, talk about it. How does Bruno feel about Jack? Write your ideas. Cite text evidence. So text evidence means looking back in the story. How does Bruno feel about Jack? What do you think? Bruno thinks what? What does Bruno think? If you look back in the story, you'll notice it says, but you are too small, said Bruno. So does Bruno think that Jack can help him? No. So you're going to say Bruno thinks Jack can't help him because he is too small. And make sure you have your capital at the beginning and your period at the end. If you need more time, you can press pause right now. If you are done, you can turn the page. So, before we do any writing, we are going to read what happened in the story. So it says, what you need is a book, said Jack. Reading can help you become educated. Books are filled with knowledge. He handed Bruno a thick red book. Bruno moved to a bright, sunny spot. He put on his glasses and tried to concentrate on the story. He paid careful attention to the plot. The story was about a lion and a mouse. The lion thought the mouse was too small to help him. One day, the lion got caught in a net. The mouse chewed the net's ropes and helped the lion escape. Now, before we answer the questions on this side, I want us to label our paragraph. Remember, our paragraph starts with that indent, that finger space. So we have 1, 2, 3. Now let's look on the side. Text evidence, specific vocabulary. Reread the last sentence of the second paragraph. To pay attention means watch closely. Sometimes your teachers or your parents might tell you to pay attention. Underline the words in the second sentence that tell what pay attention means. So everyone point to that second paragraph. We're going to read it together. It says, Bruno moved to a bright, sunny spot. He put on his glasses and tried to concentrate on the story. He paid careful attention to the plot. So, what words in the second sentence tell us what paid attention means? So, let's look at our second sentence. Starts with he. He put on his glasses and tried to concentrate on the story. Underline the words in the second sentence that tell what pay attention means. You should have underlined tried to concentrate. If you're trying to pay attention, you're trying to concentrate, trying to focus. Let's look on the side, sentence structure. That's number 2. Adjectives describe people, places, and objects. Reread the second paragraph. Circle the adjectives that describe the spot Bruno moved to. Point to our second paragraph again. Let's read it together. Bruno moved to a bright, sunny spot. He put on his glasses and tried to concentrate on the story. He paid careful attention to the plot. What words describe the spot Bruno moved to? I want you to circle them. Circle the adjectives, the words that describe the spot Bruno moved to. You should have circled bright, sunny spot. That is where Bruno moved to. Now let's look on the side, number 3. How are the lion and the mouse in Bruno's book like Bruno and Jack? Justify your answer. How are they the same? How are they similar? They are similar because I want you to write your answer down with punctuation at the end. You can pause it if you need to. So how are the lion and the mouse in Bruno's book like Bruno and Jack? So they're similar because a small animal helps a big animal. And a period at the end. All right, let's look on this side. This is our last page that we're going to be doing today. So, pointing to the top, we're going to read through it together. It says, well, the lion in the story learned an important lesson, said Bruno. I think I did too. The story inspired Bruno. The mouse had sharp teeth, and so did Jack. Jack could help. The new friends made a fine team. Jack chewed through the thick roots, and Bruno dug out the dirt. They worked together all afternoon. Finally, Bruno could fit through the opening. Are you satisfied and happy with your cozy new home? Asked Jack. I sure am, said Bruno. And I learned something too. Good friends come in small packages. Now, before we answer our last few questions on the side, I want us to label our paragraphs. Remember, we're looking for that finger space. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's look at our questions on the side. Comprehension character. A trait is what makes someone or something special. Read the second paragraph. Underline the words that describe Jack's special trait. So let's point to our second paragraph. Let's read it together. The story inspired Bruno. The mouse had sharp teeth, and so did Jack. Jack could help. So what are the words that describe Jack's special trait? What was so special about Jack? Well, the mouse had sharp teeth, and so did Jack, which meant he could help. Look at number 2, we have sentence structure. Reread the second sentence in the third paragraph. Circle the words that connects Jack and Bruno's actions. Underline the actions. It So let's reread our third paragraph. The new friends made a fine team. Jack chewed through the thick roots, and Bruno dug out the dirt. They worked together all afternoon. Finally, Bruno could fit through the opening. So, what are the words that connects Jack's and Bruno's actions? So, you should have circled the word and. It tells what they both did. Now we need to look and underline the actions that they both did. Now, what did Jack do? I want you to underline it. What did Jack do? You should have underlined Jack chewed through the thick roots. Now, what did Bruno do? Underline what Bruno did. Should have underlined Bruno dug out the dirt. Now, let's look at number 3. It says, talk about it. Bruno says, good friends come in small packages. What does Bruno mean? Do you agree with Bruno? I'm going to challenge you to do this one on your own. Good friends come in small packages. What does that mean? What do you think Bruno means by that? I want you to write your answer here with capitals and punctuation. And this is Miss McGovern signing out. I will see you later. Please make sure to post a picture of your work when you are done on a flat surface, when your book is flat. And I will see you later.